FloraForms is an upcoming free mint on the Bitcoin blockchain. It is by an established artist. It's got a museum that's backing it, and it's accelerated by an existing art platform / NFT. We're super early on this. In this video, we're going to break down how you can get whitelist, all the details where I think you can go in a deep dive. Also, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before moving in on the crypto and NFT space. It's risky. Even though it's a free mint, there will be gas fees and transaction fees that will come about it. So we're speaking about FloraForms. Now, this is by the artist Harto. Now, Harto has done a bunch of artworks on ETH, but and then also Bitcoin, and he's very talented. It's popping off, and this is why this is going to get a lot of hype and do quite well. Now, it is in collaboration with the Belvedere Museum, so it's actually got some weight behind it. It's not just an artist that's just ripping something together, but then it's also accelerated by Arties. Now, Arties are essentially a launch art pad. They do very interesting stuff when it comes down to the art world. So this is why it comes together to be a very unique, interesting proposition for those that like to collect art, but then art on Bitcoin, all of that. Now, when it comes to the dropped details, it is a 10K supply. It is a free mint, but there will be sort of an inscription fee and network fees. So it's not like it will get airdropped to you, and it's minting mid-February. Now, because we are early, you can still get whitelisted for this. Now, I'm going to dive deeper into whitelisting a little bit later, but the short of it is there are partner communities that will be getting sort of guaranteed spots. There will be other collabs going out there that will be getting guaranteed spots, and I am one of them. So yeah, if you do want to get whitelisted for FloraForms, make sure you join my Discord. The giveaway will be happening really soon, so that's going to be dope. But I'll get into the whitelisting details a little bit later. First up, I want to talk about Harto. Now, the reason I want to talk about Harto is show you what his existing projects have done when it comes to price action, so that can give you an idea of where FloraForms can go. So the first project that Harto dropped on Bitcoin was Sats. Now, this is currently at a 0.4 BTC floor, so this is absolutely popping. The floor's thin. You can see the price action here. It just seemed to run up and then just absolutely pop off when people found it. And why did it pop off? Well, there was his other collection, which was the golden ratio. Now, this thing was hot. Let's get the chart here. You can see that this thing, I genuinely like the art on this. I think it's sick. And that's sitting at a 0.15 Bitcoin floor. So that is, it's thousands of dollars. It's sitting quite well, it's quite good. I like this art. I think it's sick. I think what Harto does is really, really cool, but it's not just Bitcoin. He also has collections on ETH. He's got blocks by Harto, which is sitting at a 1.75 ETH floor. You've then got Pole, which was a free mint, and this is sitting at a 0.15 ETH floor. So Harto has done a lot of interesting, cool works on Bitcoin, on Ethereum. So the fact that he is coming up with another collection in collaboration with an art museum, it just seems to work. It just seems to pop off. So that can kind of give you an idea. I'm not saying that this runs to, with the 10K supply, I'm not saying it runs to a 0.2, I'm not saying it runs to a 0.1, but looking at the artist, all signs point to it actually being somewhat of a success on the secondary market, just because there is an appetite for Harto as an artist, his artwork, the collections, and then it also being on Bitcoin as well. I just think that works. So after that, I think the next thing that everyone is asking about is how do I actually get whitelisted? What's actually happening? So they are being very sort of selective with what they're doing when it comes down to the general public whitelisting of this project. So there are partner communities. Like I said earlier, I'm getting an allocation. I'm getting the max allocation that they're actually doing, which is great. It's one of the first allocations there. But even though they haven't started collabs yet, they're approaching sort of 50 at the moment, 50 or 100. It's popping off, it's running. There is a lot of attention. People really do want to get in on this. You can see here, even this tweet, even though it's the pinned tweet, 21,000 views, it is getting a lot of attention. Now, if you can't get in on the giveaways, there will be a lot of servers that will be doing giveaways. So be in as many sort of alpha group servers, those servers as you can, because there will be giveaways left, right, and center. There are other ways that you can get whitelisted. Now, like these giveaways that you'll have in these communities, if you come down here, this tweet here, a guaranteed mint allocation spot, there's some giveaways happening over on Twitter, so that's always good. But then you've also got the partner communities. This isn't confirmed. This is just speculation from what I'm seeing on the secondary market. I've pushed the team, but they don't want to disclose anything yet. Now, what I mean by these partner communities is Arties, which is the essentially the accelerator. The activity on this collection itself over the last sort of few days, as speculation has ramped up, is that Arties Mint Pass holders will get whitelisted, allow listed for this itself. So last week before the FloraForms Twitter account was up, the floor price was at around sort of 0.09, 0.1, and it's currently sitting at a 0.2. And you can see that a couple of days ago when the account was dropped, there's been a bunch of sales, a bunch of action. So the speculation at the moment is holders of existing sort of collections by Harto. I'm not sure what ones, how, all of that, and this is where you're going to have to kind of do some deep diving when information comes out. But holders of existing Harto artworks may be given preferential treatment for whitelisting, but then also something like Arties Mint Pass looks like they're going to get preferential treatment. With the floor price sitting at a 0.2 ETH floor, it kind of gives you an idea of what people may be pricing and positioning in the upcoming mint. Now, I think this is good because keeping an eye on like existing passes, existing collections that will, when we get confirmation of if they do get allocations, this will then give you an idea of what will happen on the secondary market, which will then kind of give you a chance to position what you want to play on, either buying on the secondary or also sort of selling when it comes to actually minting itself. So I think that's very crucial, and this is kind of good for those that love the data and love to trade. So there aren't any official art previews out, but I think the art is really going to rip. When you have a look at the sort of icon itself, it looks like a flower, but it looks like it's got these geometric shapes. Now, it also looks like it's got a little bit of grain. When you look at the banner, you can see each of the flowers here. Now, FloraForms, flora as in flowers, forms, formation of flowers. When you have a look at the golden ratio, it's got a little bit of grain. It looks very similar in art style to what you can see here. So I'm guessing it is going to be flowers with that generative aspect, even with this sort of piece here. Like we don't know what the art's going to look like. We don't know what it's going to do on the secondary. If we did, I'd have a crystal ball. I'd be a billionaire. But I think the art on this will look sick. I do like what Harto does. Anything that he puts out is quality. So I think this will do quite well. People will gravitate towards the art, and I think it fits really well on Bitcoin. So that is a look at FloraForms. All of the details, everything you need to know. If you can get allow list on this, whitelist on this, get it. It looks like it's going to pop. It looks like it'll do quite well. I genuinely like what Harto does, the art that he's got, the way that he kind of thinks and acts as an artist, so I think it's good. But then also the fact that the Belvedere Museum, this is their first foray into the space, is their little testing of art on Bitcoin, all of that. I think it's quite good. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop some love. I had a pleasure making this video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.